Hi, I'm Davina Shemaya, and I am recovering from complex post-traumatic stress disorder and narcissistic abuse, just like you. And today I want to talk about being the scapegoat in the narcissistic dysfunctional family. I'm just putting my hand on my heart, and this is sometimes just so comforting just to, yeah. I think I'm in a flashback right now. I know I'm in a flashback. Um, yeah, I'm just sort of unwinding what happened in my last job, where I really felt like I was the scapegoat of the situation. And so it's important when you realize, that you've maybe been re-triggered, um, to really just go into that place because it's really like an emotion, like I'm here in my adult body, but emotionally I'm maybe like 2 or 5 or 10, I don't know right now. And so it's really important to get into that, try to imagine, like really talk to yourself as if you are that child right now, and you are being victimized. Even though, of course, I know I'm an adult and I know that I chose this job and I know that I was capable to leave at any time. And, I was not a victim in this job, but I need to treat it like, because I'm still healing, it's just, things have just been re-triggered and resurfaced so that they can be healed. Yeah, so when you are the scapegoat of the family, you are like the family garbage can, and you are treated like crap. And it's important to allow yourself to really get angry. And yeah, I was just trying to do that this morning, like just to really, like, if you need to, just like scream at the top of your lungs, like uninhibited, find a place where you can just really let it out. And like, yeah, again, go from, even though you might know, like, okay, I'm an adult and all that stuff, and I'm not a victim, but yeah, like, for example, just like, I'm just going to get angry here for a second. So just so you know, like for example, you fucking asshole. I can't believe you treated me like that. Or like, what a fucking bitch. And like, just like, try to let it rip. Like, it's so unfair. And how dare you treat me like that? And like, imagine you're like maybe speaking to that person, or like, like, I just want to rip your face off and punch you in the face, like just try to encourage that anger. So like, it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to like, yeah, like I'm just thinking of, the situation I was in, and I felt like, it was very similar to both like my being with my ex-husband and also being with my family. So it's important to sort of get into this headspace of sort of just allowing yourself to just kind of remember like what it was like at that time and really what the feelings were like. It's I was feeling overwhelmed and I was feeling exhausted, and at the same time there's people around me, and they're being dismissive, they're minimizing my situation and my feelings and my experience. And and then I'm being like shamed and blamed. Like I try to get help and try to explain what's going on and try to get, hey, I need some help here, I'm kind of struggling. And then on top of that, shamed and blamed, and like it's your fault and what you can't handle it, right? Like you're a fucking wimp. Like that's what it's a hellish experience to be the scapegoat in your family. Hellish. At least that's my experience of it. Like now that I'm starting to, my child is trusting me to like bring these things up. And it's really, really, she experienced like a fucking hell. Um, um, yeah, so, healing can be like hellish at times because, yeah, you're bringing up shit from like, yeah, like your child was, she was just little girl, just pure and innocent. And then she had parents who yeah, didn't pay attention to her, didn't help her through life. Um, and then on top of that, we're like telling her that she wasn't enough, that there was something wrong with her, that she was weak, and that, um, really just piling shit upon her. And yeah, these people were, and it was all, of course, unconscious, just like most of us are unconsciously codependent and people pleasers. It's so deeply ingrained that, I can go through my day and at the end of the day go, oh my God, I was doing it again. I was people pleasing. I was fawning. I was putting my needs on, in order to, um, putting them aside in order to meet somebody else's needs. And it's just like narcissists are the same way. I mean, they don't get out of beds thinking, I'm gonna shame and blame people today and treat them like crap. They literally cannot even help themselves. But that's more the logical reasoning side, and we don't want to get into that too quickly. You want to first really dive deep into that little girl, that little boy who was victimized as a child, who had no choice, who, their parent is saying something like, you look ridiculous, or you're crying as a child and they're telling you, why you being silly, like you're being a suck, and then they shame you more for reaching out or trying to get help, or you protest, and then again, they just load on more punishment. And so you grow up feeling like you're defective, like you're really fundamentally flawed, like you're really just a despicable human who doesn't even deserve, good things. This is and I feel like sometimes in this last job, I felt like I deserved that, I deserved that kind of punishment, that kind of um horrible treatment. Yeah, and I tell my child, you did not deserve that. You did not deserve that at all. And that you were completely worthy and valuable and worthy of being respected. Yeah, worthy of being cared for. Worthy of being loved and held and supported. And yeah, and also don't sometimes we also blame ourselves for getting into these situations again, right? And that doesn't help. But just notice if you're doing it, take that with compassion. But yeah, because we're so used to then just flipping it, oh, it must be me, it must be my fault. Taking on that blame, because we're so used to taking on the blame. Yeah, so know that it's, you didn't deserve that treatment. It wasn't your fault. You were just a child, just born into this world, completely worthy. And what else was I gonna say? I have to leave here shortly, but yeah, being a scapegoat is it's a really hard road of recovery. And yeah, just take it one really gentle step at a time. And I think I was going to say more, so maybe I'll do another video on this next time. But yeah, I'm wishing you many, many blessings on this journey of recovery and awakening and healing. And may you have a peaceful and ease-filled day, if at all possible. And hang in there. You're doing really great. And I'm Davina Shamaya at Boldness Blooming.